And to meet the points, you need a high level of education. You need to have your English language, which is the IELTS test, to a high standard. And you need to have the qualifying 1-year work experience within the 38 listed occupation, as well as 3 years of work experience within other occupations. And if you have a relative in Canada, that will give you added points. And also, if you have, your age will be taken into consideration. The preferred age range is 49 years and below. So this is practically the immigration scheme for the general skilled worker category in Canada.
Apart from skill, there are different more categories: business people, like investors, and unskilled sort of thing. If you can give an idea of all these categories.
Yes, the other categories that you will have will be the investor category. The investor category is very specific. People need to have work experience, business experience, to be able to apply. They need to be worth a value of 800,000 Canadian dollars, and they need to show that worth. That could be personal worth or business worth. And within that category, it could be the applicant's worth or the spouse of the applicant as well. You could accumulate both. The investor category has got a lower pass mark as far as all the other factors taken into account: age, work experience, education level, and these factors, they need to have a low pass mark of 35 points to be able to qualify. The other category which might be relevant to the Indian community worldwide and other communities as well will be the farmers category. That's a very distinctive category, popular among certain sectors, certain communities. When we're talking about the farmers category, is people who have farming experience. Just for clarification, would they want farming experience which is similar to the Canadian farming experience? So whenever we have an applicant in that category, we try to show how the farming experience in India or in other countries where they are operating would be similar, or they have that kind of experience, that kind of knowledge that could be transferred to a Canadian farm. Within that farming category, there are various provincial programs. In Canada, Canada is a federal state, so you have the federal immigration programs, which concern all the provinces of Canada, but you have also the provincial programs. Each province, like provinces like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, they have their own immigration, farmers immigration program.
And the Quebec is also quite...
Quebec is another one. So when we have clients within the farmers category, we try to look at the requirements that those provinces have, and we give that information to our client. And if our client meets those requirements, we advise them that they are eligible to apply under the farmers program. So these programs are quite specific. And as I say, the most important factor for the Canadian immigration for these applications to be successful will be how relevant is the experience that they have overseas will be to the Canadian market, or to the farm that they intend to buy, or that they have shown that they have made a deposit to buy. How much of that experience will be useful to them in Canada.
Coming back to the regional immigration you're talking about, live-in care, is it for a specific region, or it can be done all over Canada?
No, live-in caregiver is a federal program. So anybody who has completed the course and who wants to go on a work permit to Canada can apply within the different provinces to go and work in the different provinces. Each province has got its own regulation for the living caregiver working conditions. What would be the working conditions? What would be the salary that they will earn? What would be the price that they would pay for the accommodations? Because they will be living in the employer's house. That's what the living caregiver is a person who goes and stays in the employer's house, and they take charge and they take care of either the young members of the family, children under the age of 13 mostly, or elder members of the family. So these caregivers, they are regulated, their profession is regulated in Canada. And whether you are a foreign caregiver coming from overseas and working in Canada, or you are a local caregiver who is a Canadian and who is working in that sector, they have the same rights and the same obligation under the law. There's no discrimination that you're a foreigner, you're coming here, and we will give you like a lower salary. It's not possible. This is protected by the law. So, yeah.
Robert, coming back to the Robertson College, the courses which you are dealing are the diplomas, advanced diplomas, or undergraduates, graduates leading to graduation. I mean, how will you describe the academic way of proceeding?
Well, the Living Caregiver program is a certificate program. So after 6 months of study, the students will receive a certificate from Robertson College. We've been delivering this course for over 6 years now, actually, and through that time we've helped hundreds of students actually come to Canada through the Live-In Caregiver visa. So our certificate that we give for this course is known by the Canadian government, and it is acceptable to be used to come to Canada as a living caregiver. So it's a valuable piece of paper. It holds a lot of weight, and it's effective for this purpose.
Apart from Canada and UK, are you having the same course run at any other countries as well?
Yeah, we've taught this course in China for 6 years now. Actually, we're just starting our 16th class this summer in Beijing, so that's quite exciting, and lots of interest in the course there. We also have a partnership with a school in Mauritius, and now this will be the first school in Europe that we've partnered with. Certainly the first school in the UK that I know of that is doing something like this.
That's excellent. Final message I would like from both of you. First from Sudesh. What message to the whole UK and Europe is watching this program? And from Canadian immigration point of view, how would you like to invite people to Canada from immigration perspective? Your final message.
Yes. I would say Canada is a land of opportunities, and it's a safe country. It's a country with only 34 to 35 million of people, and it's the second largest country in the world in terms of land mass, and it's got a lot of resources. It has a policy, and it has that policy for the past 25 years or more, to welcome new immigrants to the country. New immigrants are given all the facilities that are needed for them to integrate the society. The society itself, the Canadian society, is a mixture of all communities from all over the world. Whether you come from Africa, or you come from India, or you come from South America, you will immediately fit in within the Canadian society. You will see people of your color, of your background, living there, and communities